Hi guys, this is your reading for Sunday the 13th of December. I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot. Let's see what these cards want to say about Sunday. Hope you've had a fabulous week. And let's see what the Tarot wants to share about this day. We've got the Five of Wands, the Queen of Rods, oh wow, and the Four of Swords. All right, so the Five of Wands is conflict. Got five boys knocking their sticks together there, and it's just testing the boundaries, seeing how good you are, competing with other people, but it's nothing serious. It's not like the Five of Swords where it's really brutal competition. This is more about trivial conflict, which really helps you learn something about yourself, where you excel, what areas need more work, what you find enjoyable and fun. It's also about connecting with other people, whether there's conflict or no conflict. Being around others is going to bring energy and fire into your life, and the element of fire rules wands, and that's about your life purpose. So things that usually are something that you avoid. A lot of people don't like conflict and avoid conflict. If you happen to have conflict in your life today, it may actually teach you something about yourself. Each hand is very different. So by being around other people, you can really see what makes you so special and unique. And it's not about comparing yourself and saying, oh, he's better than me, or he's got an amazing glove and I've just got my bare hand here. It's seeing what you bring to the table with or without the gear. And it's really what's inside of you that matters. So make sure that you connect with other people if you can. So remember, depending on where you live, whether that's in person or online, interact with other people in a formal setting. So maybe that's educational, or you're writing something, read the comments, how people interpret your work. And also connect with your higher self, your ascended masters, your guides, although that's a little bit more abstract. I mentioned this yesterday, but we've had a really strong Neptune week. We've got all this blue here. So the veil is still really thin. You're going to be very in touch with your feelings, your intuition. So it is possible to connect with the higher realms and to kind of reach out to them and to learn something from that connection. But it's much more abstract. It's much easier today to discover something about you by connecting with people in a tangible way. That interaction is going to lead to the Queen of Rods. She's in charge of the element of Wands. She's happy, she's in control, she's fulfilled, she loves her life, she's able to be creative, to go where she wants, and there's a lot of growth and potential that she is looking forward to. So the opportunity to connect with, it could even be other learning. So new ideas, reading books and connecting with other people that way. And that's a formal way through reading what someone has produced work-wise in a book, writing, or through art. That's going to teach you something about yourself, and it's going to inspire you to go on your own journey. We've got these things in the background that could be a city or some trees. She's walking away from that. She's got her walking stick that's going to help her get through this amazing journey that she's on. So it's really about being empowered and saying, hey, I am motivated and inspired to do something about what I've learned. And that's really something that pleases me and something that gives me a sense of light and hope. And I'm going to move ahead with that by myself. I'm going to pioneer this. I'm going to make it happen for myself because I care about me. The Four of Swords, we can see a knight lying in this church here with four swords over him. Kind of looks dangerous. It's not usually about danger and swords of Damocles hanging over you, making you feel bad. It's about contemplation, resting, meditating, thinking about what you're going to do when you get up again and go back into battle. We've got this suit of armor, so there's an expectation that there is going to be a battle. That if he gets up and asserts himself or faces up to something, he's going to have to face the music, and it's not going to be pleasant. That's heightened with these four swords, that there's a threat. If one of these things falls, it's possible that it might pierce the armor and really cause some damage or injury. And because they're kind of floating around, it also is very precarious. If I don't keep all of these things up in the air, and if I decide to go with something, I'm going to have to face something negative, which I don't want to face. So this is shying away from conflict and saying, I'd rather protect myself and do nothing than engage. But the cards are saying that the conflict isn't what you think it is. It's not going to be this dangerous or dreadful. It's going to be much more trivial, far less serious than you're making it out to be. So this card is saying, don't make a mountain out of a molehill. Don't blow things out of proportion. And also, if you're lying in bed at the middle of the night and you think about what you've got to do in the coming day, I don't know if you've ever had this, but if you're lying there at 4 and you're like, I've got to do all this and this and this, and it's just like a punch in the gut and it makes you feel fearful, that's going to feel a certain way. But if you think about the same things when you're out and about at 8 in the morning or up and making yourself a cup of coffee or tea or something, it's going to seem much more manageable. So don't approach things from the angle of this is impossible. I don't want to do this. I want to avoid it. I'm just going to leave it and not show up. The cards are saying that when you walk through this door and you actually deal with what's there that needs to be dealt with, it's going to be much easier than you thought. I'm just trying to think of an example. If you've got like a family dinner and you've been dreading it for a week, and then you actually go and you're like, hey, I'm having fun. Why did I worry for a whole week? That's the kind of vibe I'm getting today. So don't think about two things too much in the sense of ruminate about them in anticipation. Instead, spring into action, go for it. And if you feel it's going to be hard or difficult, do it anyway. It's going to be much easier than you realize. It'll teach you something about yourself, and that learning will liberate you and will open up a new path which you can then see and which you can walk down. And it's really important for your future. So this is a pivotal day where you can learn something about yourself and you can really move ahead with your life as a result of your connection with other people or institutions or your higher self, because you learn something that was hidden from you, and that's the fuel you need to get going again. Number-wise, we've got 4 and 1 is 5, and another 5 is 10. 10 reduces to 1 in numerology, and 1 is about the pioneer. It's about doing things independently. It's about being in charge. It's like a cardinal mode in astrology. You're the boss. You get to say what goes. And in the tarot, it's the magician. So you have all the energy you need. You have all the tools at your disposal. And it's really time for you to make some magic. And make that magic in your life. Wave this magic wand and create the things that you want to create. That's a really liberating day. So have a fabulous experience. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website, gregoryscott.com. Have a fabulous Sunday, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.